is beneficial for me, okay? Because I find that if we have nothing to do and our life just involve mundane, no? What is mundane? Mundane means you wake up in the morning, you cook your breakfast, you eat, you go to work, then you're busy, lunchtime you rest, then busy, 5 o'clock, then you go back home, relax. Then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then you're waiting for Saturday, Sunday. Maybe 1 day or 2 days holiday. Then the next week you repeat the same schedule. So after a while, maybe as you are on the age of 20, you might not ask yourself, but as you've been working until 20, 30, 40, 50, then maybe you will ask yourself, why am I so busy in this life, Is there another kind of life that I can do, So it's good to learn to help to people because as we are helping others, we also learn the skill. To help people is not easy, right? So we need to learn the skill of helping people. OK，所以我们讲在世俗世界啦，一直忙着做这个做那个，9点到5点工作，拜一到拜五，拜六礼拜放假，在一年过一年过一年，20多岁可能忙着，30多岁已经差不多忙完了。那看到整天的生活都是这样的，是不是我们还有其他生活可以做，可以提高我们自己的人生的价值哦？所以帮忙人家是很重要的，可是帮忙人家我们需要一些技巧嘛，是不是？你不可能就是讲哦，那个人在伤心，你跟他讲你不要伤心，你不必这样讲的，你要知道讲跟他讲哦。It's important when you face with somebody who very sad due to the loved one pass away. You cannot say you don't be sad you don't be so silly, don't waste your time. You cannot say like this. It's very uncompassionate and it might make the person dislike you. Then the next time you go to the door, you shut the door. It's true. So how should we help people? Okay. So to help people, you must help yourself. It's like you need to have stand yourself on the better foundation or stand yourself on the firm ground. It's like what they say in some of the sutta, it's like that people in the mud, they are deep sinking inside the mud. And if you are jumping inside the mud, how can you pull the person out? The moment you pull the person, you both of you become sink down. But if you manage to stand yourself on the firm ground, then you find some equipment or some tool or bamboo stick or whatever. As long as you stand on the firm ground, you can slowly help the person, maybe encourage the person to put one feet up a little bit slowly. So that's a method of helping people also. 所以我们讲帮忙人家呢，第一个就是讲我们要站在一个自己要站在比较坚定的立场，就是讲我们的身心要坚定哈。就比如一个人在那个泥窝，那个叫什么曼啊？泥窝哈。泥窝哈，泥塔哦，在一个泥塔的地方，如果你整个人掉进里边哦，你不能帮忙他，因为两个人挣扎可能会越来越沉下去哦。可是如果你站在比较稳的地方，一个稳的那个地方，你慢慢的去帮忙他，拉他，用一些东西帮忙他，所以很重要的。除了这些，需要懂一些佛教的原则嘛，所以 you need to know some like Four Noble Truth. What is inner world? What is outer world? What is the problem of self? Actually, the whole world problem coming from this problem of self. 所以我们需要懂一些佛教心理哲学，如果比如四圣谛、八正道，还有这个自我的问题。好，actually, people's I would say people most of problem is you can say it might be self-created. Like you can use the word. For example, you see you are in Malaysia. You don't really suffer from any natural disaster, right? I mean, here we don't really have flood, maybe once in a while, no earthquake. What else do you have? Typhoon, yeah, typhoon, but it's only seldom. Yeah, maybe 1 year, 5 years one time. Okay. Compared to a place like Myanmar. Myanmar is because I've been there for 15 years, so I know Myanmar is inside the earthquake line. They call it Sagaing line. So the last year the earthquake happened is 100 years one time, but it's a very major 6.7. So the people there are facing the disaster. They every year got flood. Every year got flood. About once the 2 years, one time got typhoon, earthquake. But the people there are still very strong. Why? I study this because I think because one thing is, even though they are living with everybody lives their self. The problem is the difference is we call it either you live alone, okay, or you live together with others. Okay, and this create a problem of self. If you live alone, you always have thoughts about yourself. Okay, so compared to you live with others, with family members, so your thought will be about others. OK，所以一个人如果只是生存在一个人在自己，所以他整天都是想自己吗？我要做这个，我要做这个，我不喜欢这个，我不喜欢那个，所以他自讲都是讲到自己而已。可是如果他跟他的家里人住在一起，他的思想不会只是想到自己，他会想到我的爸爸、我的妈妈、我的公公、我的婆婆、我的弟兄姐妹、我的孩子等等。所以这个是社会的问题了。现在很多人都是一个人住哦，所以那些比较文明的地方，他们一个人住，所以他们很多 depression 啊、忧郁症，很多在好像韩国摩登世界啊、韩国啊、日本啊，很多也是有自杀率比较高哦。Why? There's a lot of some because they thoughts about themselves and they focus more on negative thoughts. Then they only see bad thing. Then there's followed by depression. Okay, depression and so on. So it's because the idea of self is strong. But if they live with society, live with others, then it's difficult to have thoughts about yourself only. 如果跟一个人在一起，他会一直想到自己。如果他的思想是负面的，所以太多思想就变成忧郁症哦，忧郁症 depression 哦。如果他跟他的家里人住在一起呢，就忧郁症就不会，因为他不能一直想自己嘛，他要跟其他人在一起。所以现在的社会是有这个不的，我们看到那个不一样哈、哦。因为我看在缅甸的社会，他们是跟家里人在一起的哦，很少家里没有人的，很少的。Yeah. It's like Myanmar society, what I see is like kampong type, like 1970s, 1980s, where you can go to the neighbor, talk to your neighbor anytime, you know. There's no gate. In fact, why you go gate? Because gate is too expensive to build, right? So in fact, if you have nobody, let's say normally in their house, uh, either father or mother, either if father go to work, normally the mother is at home. If father, mother go to work, their grandfather, grandmother is at home. If no grandfather, grandmother, they can entrust the child to the neighbor. So the neighbor is part of the extended family. So then they will not think about themselves. They will be not so, don't even say, depression is actually very seldom in Myanmar. Even like killing themselves, it's not a common day because they are living in society. And they have many friends. From young, they are taught to be friendly. And when they go for any Buddhist activities, they go as a family, whole group, you know. I think maybe Dr. Gan, you've been there. If they go, it's 10 people. 10 people. Yeah. So if they go for pilgrimage, it's 10 people. So they invite their uncle, auntie, friends. So when they go one place, they used to hire a car, 10, sometimes 20 people. As a whole family go together. So it's very seldom with the idea of living alone. OK，所以在缅甸去做什么都是很多的，他们一家族去的哈，去哪里最少10个人。如果他们要去请他们的朋友一起去，可能多到20个人去朝圣啊，去不同的地方去拜访啊，所以很少有这样的感觉。关于这个我要做什么，我不喜欢什么，我不喜欢什么，这个，所以忧郁感呢，好像我们讲自杀率其实很少的在缅甸。 除了一些不幸的，特别是only those who suicide is only few cases like the woman have boyfriend and then get pregnant. You know, in Myanmar society is very traditional society. It's not, it's considered embarrassing lah. So if the girl's parents are not accept, so and if the boy run away, so she left with nobody to help her, so she must kill herself. Yeah, because of the society idea, women should be quite pure lah before get married, you know. Yeah. So only few of these cases. All right. Now, so I just kind of like promote my program. Okay. So we need to know what is the problem of self, you know. What is this self to be? Self is we call it this self. What is self? Self is me, we identify with I, you know, my, you know. 这个我呢，我们就认同为我的东西，自我还是说，哦，but actually it's just a mind and matter，OK，mind and body。所以我们讲这个我哦，对，我们讲这个我见啊，我们讲我见，其实是由这个身和心组成的哦。有时候我们讲色，名色啦，nama rupa。所以我们要把这个身心看得很清楚，身是身，心是心，名是名，色是色。Alright，这样我们才不执着这个我，不执着我的意见、我的概念，我要这个我那个。所以，因为为什么呢？你只是看到两个东西存在，名色或身心，这样你的我越来越少，就不会执着为我在我的意见等等。So you need to see the mind matter clearly or mind body clearly until you realize that this self is just we call it concept, you know. Okay. So this I is a 概念哈。所以我们有时候讲世俗谛或一个概念，这个我是什么？一种概念而已。哦，So you must see this self is just a concept. How to see? Okay, now what is concept? Concept, for example, what is this one? This is water bottle. Okay, why you call it water bottle? Okay, it is actually made of what? Plastic, polyethylene, and the shape, you know, the shape of like this. But let's say it's shaped like this. Do you call it water bottle? The shape is changed, you know. Concept appear when it has certain shape, certain shape. So like this, do you call this water bottle? No, right? Okay. Now this thing happen. Yeah, the screen can. All right. So is when you need to see this. Okay, like this. All right. Now, when this in this appearance, so we call it water bottle. But if you have the shape of this, we don't call it water bottle. So the concept comes because of what? Shape. Shape, okay? Sometimes shape. Sometimes due to color. Okay. Sometimes due to the function. All right. Now, for example, we say table. What is table? Now, do we call this table? Yes. Why? Because it look like table, right? First, you must look at table. If it look like maybe it look like TV, do you call it table? No. First, it must look like table, and the shape must be square. And then the color maybe, yeah, this color is okay. And then what is the function? What's the function of table? Yeah, put things on. Okay. Can I sleep on this table? Yeah, it cannot stand my weight, definitely. Yeah. But let's say if the table is very made of kind of like wood, you know. Yeah, like maybe this is, I can sleep on this also, okay, right? But do we sleep on the table? No. Unless it's a flooded time, you know, when everything in the house is flood, you got no place to sleep, then you sleep on the table. But normally we only put things on the table. Oh. So that's the concept. Table comes because of actually this table made of what? Plastic, plastic what board plus the how many? Two metal leg, right? So when you put things together, the concept of table come to be. Okay. 所以我们讲桌子呢，就是因为它有形状像桌子这样，颜色像桌子，最重要是它的功能是我们放东西在上面，我们不会睡在桌子上面，因为第一个是可能文化方面是属于不礼貌哦。如果你去人家家睡在他桌子，他喜欢吗？不会，为什么不礼貌啊？因为桌子是要放东西，珍贵东西。如果桌子呢，有的是放食物，有的是放书，放他们的重要东西。你睡在他们手上，他们不喜欢的，因为我们讲是不礼貌。当然是可以睡觉，好像在那些天灾的时候没有地方睡，可以睡在桌子，因为下面全部如果水灾呀、下面都是很多水嘛，都不可以的哈、它的功能呢，就是像现在这样，下面的桌子是那个一个 plastic，还有两个角放在自己。所以当我们把东西放在一起呢，我们的这个概念就出现，桌子的概念就出现。好，明白吗？当你把东西放在一起，所以我把这块板还有两个那个下面那个铁放在一起，所以桌子这个 table 它的 concept 就出来。Right, so the concept of table come because of plastic board and two metal. But if I take out this plastic, I put one side, I put the metal legs, I put inside. What happened to the table? No more. The idea of table totally disappear. Okay, so this I and my is a concept, all right? So if you see only my matter, my body, then you understand this I and self is just a concept. Okay. 所以我们的身心现象哦，我们看到只有身和心，所以我明白这个我见我们讲自我了，只是一种概念，一种世俗第一点。所以我们要看清楚呢，我们就如果你每天只是观你的内观，你看到身和心，身和心，就明白哦，这个我呢只是一种想法。哦，比如你做的时候，你关你的内关，突然间有这个意见啊，我要这个，我不喜欢那个，他骂我什么什么，所以你这个我出来，你发现哦，原来它只是一个概念，一个执着而已。All right. So when you practice meditation, you know your mind and body, and you know your thoughts, your thinking. So you notice the thoughts is like, I don't like it. He scold me. I don't like him. You see the mind have the attachment to the word I and my. It has the attachment to this concept I. And this make you more angry because you say somebody scold me, you know. Then because he scold me, I get more angry. Or you can say, he scold my loved one. Now, I remember there are 9 causes of anger. 9, yeah. This person is bad to me. He bad to me in the past. He bad to me in the future. This person is bad to my loved one in the past, bad to my loved one presently, and bad to my loved one in the future. This person is good to my enemy in the present, good to my enemy in the past, and were good to my enemy in the future. So there are 9 causes of anger. And all these come to the same problem of what? I. Okay, can you follow? It's either所以我们讲有9种我们会让我们生气的9种啊，打华语比较辛苦了。第一个就是他对我不好，现在他以前对我不好，他未来会对我不好，所以你生气，不喜欢这个人。第二是他对我亲人不好，现在他以前对我的亲人不好，他未来对我的亲人不好，你也是不喜欢他，也会让我生气。第三个，他对我的敌人好，现在他以前对我的敌人好，他未来会对我的敌人好，这样你也是不喜欢这个人。所以有9种因素在佛经讲的，为什么我们不喜欢一个人？反正我们讲完去还是执着这个我嘛，是不是？所以我们要修多一点。所以总共就是讲这个，就是讲基本的佛教心理学了。每个人的问题就是因为这个我的问题，为什么我们不高兴呢？ 因为有不高兴的思想嘛，我们执着这个不高兴的思想。So when you understand the thoughts, you understand that you are not happy because of negative thoughts. And these negative thoughts make you unhappy. So if you just contemplate the thoughts coming, going, coming, going, then you manage to let go. All right. Then you can overcome the problem. Okay. Now we can open up for questions. Any question you want to ask? No question. All right. There's normally there are two reasons why no question. First, you understand everything. That's good. Okay, or you some way blur still try to digest. All right, so okay, now I think it's good we go for some chanting because sometimes it's good to change the channel to chanting. All right. Okay, now you all are familiar with the ETP soul, right? Okay, maybe today we chant something that you all are not familiar. Uh, let's see. Okay, now we have four, we call it four guardian meditation. All right. So this is you can practice anytime at home. First is a Buddhanussati, is the chanting of Itipiso, and Metta, loving kindness, and Asubha, impurity, and Marananusati. 哦，所以这个是四种保护禅，我们随时随刻在家，任何时候都可以修禅的。佛随念、慈爱、不净观，还有死随念。哦。So Itipiso is actually contemplation of Buddha's qualities. We call it the word qualities. Metta is the simply the thoughts may you be very happy. Asubha is the 32 body parts like head hair, body hair, nail, urine, feces, and so on. Right? And then contemplation of that is thinking about I will die one day. 所以佛随念其实是讲到观想佛陀美德，慈爱是愿我愿一切其他人快乐，还有不净观是关照身体32部分，如头发、体毛、指甲、粪便、尿等等不清净。死亡就是观想一天我会去世。Okay, now it's good to do some chanting now because I noticed that attention is only half an hour, so let's change to channel. So everybody please join me in chanting. Now, how do we chant? There are a few ways to chant. One way we can chant fast, fast, fast. Another way we can chant slow. Take it as samatha practice. OK，所以有几种念法，第一个是念快，另外一种是念慢。念慢是培养一种定力哦。其实，诵经也是一种定禅啊。好，来，我们合掌，put the hand together。Itipiso bhagava arahat samma sambuddho vicacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati Satta Dewa Manusana Buddha Bhagavati Dhammanusati Swagato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipasiko Opanaiko Pachata Veditabo Venyohiti. Okay, Sangha Nusati, contemplation of Buddha, Sangha's quality. Supatipanno Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Ujo Patipanno Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Nyaya Patipanno Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Samichi Patipanno Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Yadidam chatali purisa yugani atta purisa pugala esa bhagavato sawaka sangho ahuneyo pahuneyo dakineyo anjali karaneyo Anutaram punya kita lokasati. Okay, now we will read the English and Chinese. You know why we have to read? Because as I mentioned yesterday, Pali is a language for people at Buddha's time. It's actually a dialect. So they call it, it's a language of people Maganda, so it's called Magandi. But it's a language for them, but it's not a language for us. How many of you understand Bali? No, right? Little bit maybe. So we need to read the English or Chinese for us to understand meaning. I need somebody who good at Chinese, okay? Somebody can help me to read. Okay? Okay. Somebody can read. Okay, we read the English first. Okay, so after that Chinese, we read English first. Okay. Such is that blessed one, the worthy one, the perfectly self-accountable one fully possessed of wisdom and conduct, one who has considered by the good way, knower of the three worlds, an excellent trainer of temporal humans, teachers of deities and humans, the awakened one, the blessed one. Okay, now, why?
师尊者、阿罗汉、圆满自觉者、明行诸善事是经解、驯服者的伟大主人，无人师佛陀世尊。
世尊，OK。这样你们读英文跟读华语啊，你们觉得哪一个比较有感觉？When you read English or Chinese, how you feel? Which one you feel more meaningful? In English or in Chinese? For those who English educated, English. For those Chinese educated, you find Chinese better, right? 哦，所以有时候语言啊，你以你的方式来了解。哦，if you are more English educated, you find English better. But if you find Chinese you find that Chinese is much more easy to understand. So 看语言哈，其实语言很重要，因为语言就是拿来沟通的。Language, what's the purpose of language? Is for communication, for understanding. Okay, now we read the English. Well expounded is the exalted one's Dhamma, visible here and now, not delayed in time, inviting of inspection, onward leading is directly experienced by the ones. Why?
法由是善法，现前可见，无时无间可，请来看，导向涅槃，当由知者亲证。
Okay. This is a onward leading to Nibbana. And then this is the one you always hear, Ehipassoko. So invite people come and see, all right? So what's the meaning is like this. It means that it's not ask you to straight away believe. You come and experience the Dhamma. Once you say it's good, then you practice it, okay? So it's not like forcing you to believe. 所以这个请来看，就是用请你们来了解佛法，不是迷信哦。我们佛教没有迷信的，不是啊一定要相信，自己学习。OK，生水念，OK，contemplation of Sangha. The community of the exalted one disciples has entered on a good way. The community of the exalted one's disciples has entered on the straight way. The community of the exalted one disciple has entered on true way. The community of the exalted one disciple has entered on the proper way. This is to say, the four base of man, the eight types of person, there is the exalted one, disciples community, worthy of gifts, worthy of hospitality, worthy of offerings, who should be respected, the incomparable field of merit for the world. Okay, 我们先读华语。
世尊的声闻真以路上行道，世尊的声闻真住以路正行道，世尊的声闻真住以路真是行道。
Okay, 好。So you need to read the meanings once in a while, then you understand, especially what's the meaning of worthy of gift, worthy of hospitality, worthy offering, whensoever respected equal few of merits to all, right? So when you do the Buddhanussati, you also do the Dhammanussati and Sanghanussati. 所以我们这四个保护禅呢，是可以帮忙我们保护人心。所以我们观想佛随念、佛法随念、僧随念。Alright, so we can do Buddhanussati, Dhammanussati, Sanghanussati together. So Anusati means contemplation of the Buddha's quality. 所以这个阿耨就是讲Anusati就回向，然后一直思考佛陀的美德。好。Okay, now we come to this topic. So yesterday, somebody asked me where you wear the Buddha's pendant, you know? Yeah.
Can I explain the four
Yeah?
pairs of men, eight types of people?
Okay, later. Okay, let me talk about this Buddha first. Now, you know, some people have the pendant, they have the Buddha image. And like in Thailand nowadays, they sell the amulet, right? And recently, the Thai government they banned the amulet selling because it's too much on profit making already. You know, they're selling very expensive, all types of amulet with the Buddha image or whatever. So there's a question here. Is the amulet really have power or not? No. Okay. So in Buddha's time also, this kind of question appear, you know, like people believe the Ganges River is holy river. Then the Buddha said, if the Ganges River is holy, then all the fish already enlightened. Because they stay there for many, many years, right? The fish and so on. So if you really have so many amulets, will it really protect you? But if we look at let's say the Buddha image or amulet, some have Buddha image, even like some monks photo, right? Whatever. So if we take it in a sense of Buddhanussati, it's a remembrance, you know. When you look at the photo of your father and mother, or your grandfather, grandmother, they might pass away. But when you see the photo, what do you feel? You remember them. What do you remember? Their good qualities, especially if you have a kind grandfather or grandmother. You remember, you see the photo, you start to remember their kindness towards you. So that's a Buddhanussati, if we are talking about amulet and so on. But nowadays, people just go for the Chinese, they have the idea of what call it? They want to 转运, change their fortune. They don't understand the karma, you know, they don't understand karma. They thought they go and donate money, buy many amulets, they will change their karma. They don't even use the word karma, change their fortune. So that is not really on the right belief. So we need to know if we are practicing on Buddhanussati, at least it's considered as meditation. Okay, right. So 我们只是如果好像那些叫佛牌呀，对吗？你们都叫佛牌呀。佛牌那也可以保护我们。如果我们看到佛牌里边的佛像，记得是佛陀的美德，就像我们看我们的家里人往生者，我们的公公婆婆，看到他们的照片，我们讲到哦，他们以前很照顾我们的公公婆婆，所以会想起他们的恩德，明白吗？想起他们的恩德。所以如果你看到佛像，就想起佛陀是一个伟大老师，你就想起佛陀的美德，你就说你在做这个佛随念，是一种禅修啦。什么叫禅修？禅修就是讲你在修你的心啦，减你的贪嗔痴，增加你的那个善的善念。So when we use the word meditation, so meditation is actually on the okay. Okay, now we use the word meditation. All right. So means mental cultivation. Because the Pali word is a bhavana. Bhavana really means mental cultivation, right? So anything that cultivate your mind, what is the meaning of cultivate your mind? We come back to simple thinking. Do good, avoid evil, purify the mind, right? 所以我们讲禅修的意思就是讲什么叫禅修？禅修好像听了很什么深奥，就讲我们修我们的心了哈，就讲修心。修心是什么？减我们的什么？减贪嗔痴是，这个字很难打，不要紧，你们自己打的哈，我不会打。OK，就是讲行善的哈，行善。OK，有哈，讲行善减那些恶业，还有清净我们的心呢，还有一个是清净不行。平常我就用那个 Noble AI 还是 Google Translate，叫他们帮忙 translate。所以，如果我们最重要是要行善，因为我们的行善呢，当你的心立刻行善，生多一点行善，你的心就立刻自然的会远离不善的心。所以，我们讲修心最好的是讲到这方面哈。所以，代表是禅修呢，如果我们的心就想到佛陀美德，我们的心就想跟佛陀这样有这样好的品德，这样。So when you think about Buddha, take it here as your teacher. Because here already he's the teacher of man and deity. Satta, Dewa, Manusa is a deity. Manusa is a Malay word. Actually, Malay word is from India. So Pali is, here is Manusa. Pali is a Manusa also can. Malay word is what? Manusya, right? Okay, so you can look at the Pali and Sanskrit. Okay, so
you want to connect to internet?
no. This is a software. Okay, why is it wrong with this software? No, this is a Pali software. No. Okay, you see the word Manusha. Manusha, if Sanskrit is Manusya. This is a Vedic. Vedic is Sanskrit. So from this word Manusya, you come to Malaysia. Manusya, S-I-A, right? So you can see, if you learn Pali, you also, if you have some Malay knowledge, actually you learn Pali very fast. So welcome any of you come to my 3 months course, learn Pali. Start to 23rd February. I think I already announced, but no, you all only, so the only nobody sign up, you know, except NG only. So it's 3 months course to learn Pali. So once you learn Pali, you'll be able to appreciate the Pali. 所以我也会开3个月的那个巴黎课程，23号 after Chinese New Year。因为当我们学习巴黎，你就会真的是念的时候有那种感觉，它叫萨达迪瓦马诺萨啊，就有那种感觉。So that's the advantage of learning Pali. All right. Okay, now this brother is asking this question on this 4 pairs of men, okay? 8 types of person. Now, this refer to, we have 4 levels of enlightenment, right? 4 levels of enlightenment, then, so you have 4 stages of enlightenment. So the first one is those who learned the Dhamma before. What's the first one? Okay, so Tabana, the English is? Stream enterer, okay. Second one? Sakadagami. Once returner. The third one is Anagami. Non-returner. Last one is Arahant. So, what is Arahant? Enlightened, they are all enlightened. You say Arahant, enlightened, they are all enlightened. So, what is Arahant? No, not one enlightened. Arahant is somebody, one who fully extinguish all defilements. Okay. Okay. So 我们有4个正路的阶段哈，须陀洹、斯陀含、阿那含、阿罗汉。So this one is you have to find the dictionary to type. Normally I use this Pali dictionary because it has Chinese language, easy for me. 须陀洹。Okay. Sometimes 我们可以出国，出国 because it's the first time to gain enlightenment, so that's why they 可以出国 means the first time they see the nirvana. Sometimes in the sutta they say the one that see, so this is the one that see the nirvana. Now we have 4 stages, so if you want to know the Pali Sakata, Sitohan. Now the Chinese is actually coming from the Pali word, okay? So you got Shi Tuohan Sotapanna, Si Tuohan is a Sakadamai, then Anahan. 不来 Anahan 不来 no return, because it does not come back to the worldly sensual desire. 它不会回来欲界 so that's why it call it then that's why we will 欲界 Arahan 阿罗汉完全解脱的人those who we call it fully liberated, you can put this one. So is the Buddha an Arahant? Yes, okay. So that's why when we do the chanting, if you notice that, so they talk about Arahant. Yes, Arahant. Sometimes you also call it worthy one, because they are worthy of veneration. Okay. So the Buddha is so you have this, and then in each stage, okay, so they will arise Magga and Phala. Okay, so we call it path and fruition. So that's why you 4 times 2, there's 8. Okay, 4 times 2, you have 8. So 因为每个正路的时候有4道4果，所以有8个四双八倍四双八倍。因为每个正路的时候有道和果心，这个我们讲圣道圣洁的圣，这个还可以的了。圣道、圣果。OK， 跟你们讲了，我不是读华小生，没有读过华语的。OK，All right，OK，这样 OK。So when you chant the EDB so whatever and you're on the chanting, so every time you chant, you take it as a practice by itself. Okay, so how do you chant? Let's say if you, especially you go to a danger place, go to a place you feel lonely, or maybe nighttime nobody around you, you feel afraid, then it's good to think about Buddhanussati. Because the Visuddhimagga, the path of purification, which I run the class on nighttime Thursday, it say that when you think about the Buddha's quality, your mind is like pagoda, holds the Buddha image. Right? So 我们这样观想佛水念，如果我们成功的时候，我们就好像一个佛塔这样，里边有佛像这个是特别在我们有去那种恐怖地方还是觉得睡不好还是心不安的时候，我们应该念一滴比诵，所以你们要念多一点But the problem is, Itipiso is a lot of words for beginners, not easy. Compared to Mahayana, it's like small normal when Tofo is actually easier, but this is actually quite low. So in people's practice like Myanmar, some will just chant Arahan, 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 Arahan. Some like in Thailand, they chant Buddho, 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 Buddho. Okay. So you can take it like what they do the in-breath, one Buddho, Buddho. Especially when they do the breathing, they combine with the chanting Buddho. Why? Because when you just do the breathing, sometimes there's a lot of restless mind, a lot of thinking. So to stop the wandering mind, you combine with the idea of Buddha. So when you're breathing in, breathing out, or in and out, you chant Buddha, Buddha. It stops the wandering mind. So you can take it as just a Buddha or Arahant practice. 所以要怎样修呢？因为平常我们念这个字很多，初学者很难念，所以最少你关你的呼吸，加那个不多，一个进补，一个出多，还是两个进出不多，所以这样念呢，就会断了你的杂念，因为杂念来的，我们就关不到呼吸嘛，是不是？所以当你关不多不多不多不多加呼吸的时候，你的那个杂念就没有了。好，clear？Yes。
If one Sutta,
Ah.
not on king Buddha, and fighting with this Buddha.
Sure.
So he tell his man that if you are afraid, you recite this Buddha. So if you still afraid, you recite the Dhamma Musafir.
Oh, okay, good.
Then after that, you will still have the fear.
Okay.
Then you recite the Sangha Musafir.
I think you're talking about the Atana Diya, Atana,
Why actually you follow this order?
Atana,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this in Dajjasa Sutta. There are different types. So why we think about the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, right? Okay.
If you think of first the Dhamma Musafir,
Okay.
there's the fear, it doesn't.
Yeah, your question is why we do Buddha and then Dhamma and Sangha. It's because, yeah,
Because
Yes.
you do the Buddha Musafir,
Yes.
It means the fear still remain,
yeah, sure.
still remain.
Mhm.
Then why can you proceed to chant Dhamma Musafir?
Okay, it's because different people, they have different, some who are more faithful type, the moment they think about the Buddha or they look at the Buddha statue, their mind can calm down. For those who are more intellectual type, they like to think about the Dhamma, like dependent origination, Four Noble Truths, and so on. For those who like to see monks, they think about the monks they like or they venerated, so their mind might calm down, right? So it depends on your inclination. So different people are born different way. Everybody have different inclination. 所以他问题为什么在一个就讲什么神仙什么打仗的时候，他说如果有恐惧感可以观想佛，后来呢，如果这个恐惧感不能减少，可以观想法，后来才如果不能减少，可以观想神。为什么要这样呢？因为答案就是讲每个人有不同的信仰啦，可以讲。有一些人看到佛像，想到佛，他的恐惧感就减少，所以这样就没有问题。可是有一些人对佛像、对佛没有那种感觉，可是想到佛法、想到十二因缘是圣地什么，因为他是比较智慧，我们讲知佛生知识分子啊，知识分子比较 intellectual 这样，所以他想到佛法呢，他可能想到那个六根六处啊，想到一些还是他本身修佛法，他觉得比较有用，所以想到佛法呢，他的恐惧感会减少。如果不能呢，有一些人是比较喜欢看僧人啊，所以他想到他喜欢的、他崇拜的出家人，他恐惧感会减少。所以不同的人，不同的信仰，哈，不一定每个人要有同样的方式。可是这部经呢是有讲了，大家说，如果我们想到佛法生，我们的心就没有枯萎和不舒，就没有恐惧感了。所以当我们讲这真理，什么叫真理？说我们的三宝可以保护我们。So when we think about Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, fear, trembling, terror will never arise. By speaking of truth, what is this truth? Truth is you think about the qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. It itself is a truth. 所以当我们一念佛法生的美德，它的美德就讲真理，因为里边讲的话是真实的，佛陀的美德如此讲，佛法的美德如此讲，僧团的美德如此讲，所以这就是叫真理，清楚吼？所以这样呢，谁保护我们？三宝保护我们，是不是？不是一个什么那个讲 emblem 叫什么？佛牌哈、啊。 OK，不是佛牌保护我们，是我们的信仰保护我们，相信佛法僧的信仰。哦，it's not the amulet protect us, because if amulet protect us, then there's no purpose of doing good deeds. You just buy amulet, very shortcut way can change your fortune. But we have to practice the good deeds. Practice all these are meditation. Meditation is also good deeds. So by practicing good deeds, our good karma based on the triple gem will protect us. 所以依照我们的禅修，禅修也是一个善德，一个好的美德。所以这样呢，通过佛法僧的力量，其实是谁保护自己？自己保护自己。哦啊，如果那些什么佛牌什么可以保护我们呢？这样我们每个人不用行善了，去买几个就行了。All right. Okay, now we go for next one. Second is a metta. So we chant this one together. Sabbe sata sukita hontu, avira hontu, avyapacha hontu, anika hontu, suki atanam pariharantu, dukkha muchantu, yada lata sampatito, mavigachantu kamasaka. Okay, so this one when we chant together, we can do together with the practice of metta and compassion and rejoice and equanimity. Now, what is metta? Metta means it's a kind of like quite kind heart. It's a wish that people have no suffering. It's like compassion. Metta and compassion actually these two come together. 慈爱跟慈悲其实两个字平常时候都是一样的哈。But compassion is focus more on suffering, dukkha. Dukkha is also a Malay word. It's Pali word, right? So 慈悲是专注看到那个受苦的众生哈，受苦的众生。So compassion you can practice only on beings who are in suffering or beings who really need your help. For example, you hold an infant, a young infant. Without you, the infant cannot eat, cannot survive. Young infant cannot survive without people's help. So when you see the infant, you feel that, or you may have the wish the infant be free from suffering. But of course, at the same time, you have metta also. So metta, if you want to practice, you can just do this one. May all beings be very happy. So if you can practice this, you can, you just go for simple thing. May all beings be very happy. 愿一切众生快乐. So this one is very easy to practice, right? Do you need to sit down and meditate? No. You can practice anytime. You can walk, you can drive car, you can sit in a restaurant, you can walk outside or you do anything, you just have the good thoughts. May all beings be very happy. May I also be very happy. So 我们去哪里哪个地方驾车啊，在外面走走买东西，你的心就出一个善念啊，愿每个人每个众生，包括我自己，快快乐乐、平平安安，这样就行了哈。所以如果你要集中一点，你可以关眼睛，这样你集中，这样每个人快乐健康。Okay, so you can close your eyes, have good compassion. So this is a compassion, and let's talk about this. Joy means you rejoice. Instead of jealous, you wish their things are not lost, but they have their prosperity. They have whatever they have be continue. 这个是随喜
One word,
啊，
one word, what's that? She.
喜啊喜。那 you see in the wedding 啊，喜okay. So this just a thoughts that. So 这个是随喜啦，我们讲随喜，就我们不嫉妒啦，他们有的东西不会不见掉，还会更多更多。So instead of jealousy, we have good feeling. May they forever. Like this, you will see your neighbor, bigger car, bigger house, you know. So we don't get jealous. We say, oh, okay, they have good karma, so they got bigger house, bigger car, right? Okay. And last one is to have equanimity, you have to think about that. All beings are the owner of their karma. So 我们最后修舍就是每个众生以自己的业力出生，以自己业力以去下一世。So they come by themselves and go by themselves. Now, how do we radiate? So one way to practice, if you like chanting, you can chant even slowly. Okay? I think my battery going down. Okay, so what we do is we are going to do it very slowly. Okay. Okay, now, so we chant very slowly. Aham aviro, sabe sada sukita hontu, avira hontu, avyapacha hontu, anika hontu, suki atanam, paliharantu, dukkha muchantu, yada lada sampatito, mavigachantu, kama saka. So this kama saka is very important. So every time when people pass away, or you have to think it's karma saka. So they, according to karma, they go to their next life. So hopefully they have a good karma to reborn as human or deva. So 我们每次一个人去世，我想哦，每个人有自己的业力，随着自己的业力去下一世。Okay, I think that's enough. We go for this sharing of merit. So next week I will continue to talk about this Asubha, 32 body parts, and then next week still got Sunday, lah. Yeah, we continue. Okay. So let's go for
Share the merit. This part for share that.
okay.
Some theory about cell. Yeah, traditionally analyze or based on observation and count. Yes. If we dismantle the cell to combine this body and mind or
Okay.
Namarupa or the five physics.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it may not go.